We have generated our Windows 10 installation media using the MDT from our last lesson. In this lesson, we are going to create a new virtual machine to test out our installation media. In other words, to install Windows 10. So bring up your VMware Workstation software if you have one. If you don't have, you can use Hyper-V as well. So click Create New Virtual Machine. Select either typical or custom. It's your choice. Go next. In the new virtual machine wizard, the next one, we have to choose the machine compatibility. I'll just accept the default and go next. And in the guest operating system installation, I will just say I will install the operating systems later. I will go next. And in the guest operating systems type, I will select Microsoft Windows. And in the version, I will go and select Windows 10. Alright, and I will go next. This virtual machine, I will give it a name like DEV-300. And the location is okay for me. I will go next. In the firmware type, I will just select a UEFI, and secure boot, I will leave it blank. I'll go next. Number of processors, I'm going to have 1, and then the core, I'm going to have 1. In the processor configuration page, I will choose 2 processors, and for the core processor, I'm going to choose 1. I will click next. For the memory, I will choose like 2 gig. That's enough. I'll click next. And in the network, I will use bridging method. I will use the bridge method and go next. I'll accept default for the IO controller types. Go next. And in the disk type, I will accept NVMe. Go next. And the type of disk, which disk to use, I will just say create a new virtual disk and go next. In the selection of a disk page, I will create a new virtual hard disk. I will click next. Now we have to specify the capacity for our disk. Let's just say 100 gig, and we'll store it as a virtual disk. Store virtual disk as a single file. Click next, and click next, and customize your hardware if you want. I'm going to remove printer. I don't want any printer to connect. And then I'll click close. I'll click finish. So this concludes our lesson on how to create virtual machines. In our next and final lesson, we're going to be looking at installing a Windows 10 from that media that we generated from Microsoft Deployment Toolkit. I'll see you then.